All right, let's dive in. Today, we're all about success with Shopify and getting you prepped for that e-commerce dream.
Exactly. We'll break down the book's best parts so you don't have to read all 22 chapters.
Sounds good to me. So let's jump right in. The book starts with product choices and, surprisingly, tells us to tap into our passions. Is that like really a good business strategy?
It can be, but the book is all about validating that passion. It's got to have a market. You know what I mean?
So just loving something isn't enough. People actually need to be like ready to buy it.
That's it. Think like a customer, right? The book says, find a problem your product solves. And even think about accessories or extras that make it a whole package.
Ah, making the whole customer experience better. Like that funny example in the book, The Lawyer Named Crooks. His slogan was, "Trust crooks."
Risky, right? But hey, it worked for him. Branding is a big deal, though. Got to look professional and show your product's quality.
Makes sense. Now, here's something interesting. The book says, forget that super specific niche myth. Don't get stuck in a market with no buyers.
Yeah, like trying to sell horse print bandanas to folks who don't even own a horse.
Exactly. So what's the solution?
Two things. First, broaden your product line. Those bandanas could be for dogs or even fashion lovers, just for the print.
So adapt and be creative.
That's it. Second, learn a new skill to tap into a bigger market. Say you're into handmade jewelry, but it's crowded. Learn jewelry repair, boom, new customers, more income.
Smart move. Being flexible and realizing your skills can be used in different ways. But how do we even know if a market's worth entering?
Time for some competitor analysis. The book loves tools like Amazon and Google Keyword Planner. Check out the number of sellers and their traffic to estimate the market size.
So basically you're saying we got to scope out the competition to see if there's room for us.
Right. If you're thinking of selling those bandanas, search bandanas on Amazon. See how many sellers there are, what they charge, how many reviews they have.
I get it. Gather intel.
And Google Keyword Planner tells you how many people are searching for related keywords each month. That shows you the demand.
Got it. Now, the book also talks about knowing your ideal customer. Not just the product, but who's buying it. How do we figure that out?
Demographics are key. The book breaks it down. Age, gender, income, even hobbies and lifestyle.
Ah, so we're tailoring our message to the right people.
Exactly. Say those trendy bandana buyers are young adults, active on social media, into fashion and festivals. That helps you target your designs and marketing.
Super specific. Now, we have our product idea, we checked the market, we know our customer. What's next?
Competition time. But the book says, don't fear it, learn from it.
So competitors aren't enemies, they're like potential mentors.
Exactly. To find them, use keyword research. The book suggests Google autocomplete. Start typing a product keyword, and Google gives you related searches.
Ah, so you see what people are actually looking for.
You got it. Let's say we're back to those bandanas. Type in bandana and see what pops up. Might be bandana for dogs, tie-dye bandana, things you hadn't thought of.
Makes sense. So once you've got your competitors lined up, what then?
Analyze their strengths. Check out their website content, backlinks, other SEO stuff. See what's working for them.
It's like detective work, figuring out the secrets of the niche, right?
Right. That shows you what you're up against and how to be different.
Makes sense. That leads to the next big question. How to stand out in a crowded market. The book says go above and beyond for customers. It's the whole experience, not just the product.
Exactly. It's about building a strong brand, memorable marketing, maybe a killer blog to show you're an expert. It's about trust and connection.
The book has this cool analogy, a $15 sandwich. If you're starving at work and someone offers a delicious, pricey sandwich, you'd probably buy it. It's about value in that moment.
Exactly. Understand your customers' needs and give them the perfect solution, even if it costs a bit more. The book even mentions this X factor, the thing that makes a brand stand out.
Oh, mysterious. What is that X factor?
Tough to define exactly. It's like a unique personality, great story, amazing customer service, a product that solves a problem like nothing else. It's the emotional connection, beyond just features and price.
The je ne sais quoi, the thing that makes people love your brand.
Okay.
Okay, the book also talks about different types of products. There are physical ones, which need shipping and storage, and then digital ones, like ebooks or online courses.
And those digital ones have higher profit potential because there's no shipping or physical stuff to manage.
True, less hassle. And then there are subscription products, those monthly boxes or streaming services.
Recurring revenue, great for building a steady business.
Good point. And thankfully, the book mentions the legal side of things, but assures us that Shopify handles a lot of the security and compliance stuff.
Huge relief, especially for newbies. lets you focus on the creative side without getting lost in the legal maze.
Awesome. So we covered choosing products, understanding the market, facing the competition, and different product types. What's next on this Shopify success journey?
Time to get our hands dirty. Let's dive into setting up your Shopify store, starting with choosing the right plan. Light, basic, pro, or unlimited.
Got to pick the right plan from the start, right?
Yeah.
So what are the key differences and who are they best for?
The light plan is the most basic, good for beginners who don't need a full online store yet. You can sell on your existing site or social media. Then there's the basic plan, a step up where you get your own online store with all the essentials like customizable themes, product listings, secure checkout.
So basic is like building your e-commerce foundation. What about pro and unlimited? Those sound serious.
They are. Pro is for those scaling up, needing more features like professional reports, abandoned cart recovery, more staff accounts. And as the name says, unlimited gives you unlimited everything. Bandwidth, storage, staff accounts, the whole shebang.
Wow, the big leaguers. But probably a big price tag too, right?
It does. But the book says choose what you need now, you can always upgrade later.
Makes sense. Start where you are and grow strategically. Okay, so plan's chosen. Now what? We're staring at that blank Shopify interface. Where do we even begin?
Don't worry, the book says it's quite user-friendly, even comparing it to WordPress.
Phew, that's good to hear. Technology can be scary when you're starting out. What are the main sections we see there?
They're all pretty clear. Orders, products, customers, discounts, online store, apps, and settings. All organized in a way that makes sense.
So it's all about managing your online store as simple as possible.
Exactly. And of course, the book emphasizes adding products effectively, because that's the core of your e-commerce business.
Makes sense. All right, let's talk product listings. What makes a good one?
The book is all about clear titles, descriptions that highlight benefits and answer questions, and high-quality images to show off the product.
So make those products irresistible, right?
Absolutely. It even gives tips on writing descriptions that sell. It's not just listing features, it's telling a story that connects with your customer.
Storytelling, even in product descriptions. I love that.
And then there are product variants, like different sizes, colors, materials. Shopify makes it easy to manage these, so customers can find exactly what they need.
That's key. Don't want people getting frustrated if they can't find the right size or color.
Right. And finally, the book highlights Shopify's inventory management and product transfer features. Keep track of stock levels, get notifications when you're running low, even move products between locations if you have multiple warehouses or stores.
Shopify handles the logistics, so we can focus on growing the business. This is great. But how do we actually make our Shopify store successful? The book doesn't just leave us hanging, does it?
Absolutely not. In fact, it encourages us to check out Shopify's amazing learning resources. And that's a perfect segue into our next section. It's like having a whole team of Shopify gurus right there to answer your questions and guide you through any bumps in the road.
Okay, so Shopify's got all the tools and resources we need to build and run our online stores. But what about actually getting people to find our stores, getting them to buy our stuff? How do we do that marketing thing?
Well, the book really digs into marketing, offering a bunch of strategies to attract customers and boost those sales. It all starts by highlighting the power of niche marketing, especially when you're up against those e-commerce giants like Amazon.
So instead of trying to be like Amazon and sell everything, we should focus on being the go-to expert in a specific niche, right? Like become the king or queen of something specific.
Exactly. The book says, think about what you're passionate about, what you're good at, and what problems you can solve for a specific group of people. It even has this handy checklist to help you pick a niche topic, making sure you consider things like price, profitability, how much competition there is, and whether you can create good content about it.
So it's not just about picking something you love, it's also got to make sense business-wise.
You got it. The book says it's super important to build authority in your niche. You want to be the trusted expert that people come to for information and advice.
How do we actually do that, though? How do we build that authority?
Well, the book suggests a few things. First, create a blog that's actually interesting and helpful, one that gives valuable insights and answers those common questions people have in your niche. It also recommends being active in those online forums where your target audience hangs out, sharing your knowledge and connecting with potential customers.
So basically, be present and engaged in the online communities where your ideal customers are. Show them you know your stuff.
Precisely. And don't underestimate those influencers, those people who already have a big following in your niche. Connecting with them can help spread your message and reach more people.
It's like borrowing their credibility to boost your own. Smart move.
Exactly. Now, we can't talk about e-commerce marketing without mentioning social media. The book makes it clear. Social media isn't optional anymore. It's a must-have for any business these days, especially for e-commerce.
But it's got to be more than just posting product pictures and sales announcements, right? It can't just be a constant sales pitch.
Oh, absolutely not. The book is all about using social media to build relationships, create a community around your brand, and give people something valuable, not just trying to sell them something every time.
So be social, not just a salesperson. Got it.
You got it. And the book's got tons of practical tips for making your social media work for you. It's just doing keyword research to find out what terms your target audience is using, so you can sprinkle those keywords into your posts to make it easier for people to find you. It also says share engaging images and videos, use a consistent brand voice, and be quick to respond to comments and messages.
Ah, so it's all about having that two-way conversation, not just talking at your audience. Make them feel heard and valued.
That's it, and let's not forget hashtags. They're like magic for making your content discoverable. Do your hashtag research, figure out what's relevant to your niche, and use a mix of popular and more specific ones.
So it's a bit like a science experiment, figuring out the right formula for social media success, what works best for my audience.
Exactly. And just like science, it takes a bit of trial and error, always learning and tweaking things. But the book talks about something almost magical, this idea of trend spotting.
Trend spotting. Okay, now we're talking. Tell me how to predict the next big thing and cash in before everyone else jumps on the bandwagon.
Well, you're right. There's definitely some luck involved, but the book gives us some solid steps to improve our chances of spotting those trends early on. It all starts with understanding your ideal customer's buying habits.
So pay close attention to what they're buying, what they're talking about online, what problems they're trying to solve, what gets them excited, all that.
Exactly. And you can find this information everywhere, from your website analytics and social media insights to customer surveys and even online forums and reviews.
It's like being Sherlock Holmes, but for products and trends.
Right. And the book also says to study past trends, figure out what made them popular.
So look for patterns and understand what drives people to buy certain things. For example, if a specific color or style was popular a few years back, maybe it's about to make a comeback.
You got it. Fashion often comes back around. What's old can become new again. And don't forget about those seasonal trends specific to your niche.
Ah, yes, seasonal trends, like how everyone wants swimwear in the summer or those holiday decorations in December.
Exactly. If you can anticipate those, you can plan your inventory and marketing campaigns way ahead of time. And lastly, the book recommends staying in the loop by following those trend-focused websites and expert predictions.
So I should subscribe to industry magazines, read those trend reports, and follow the big names in my niche to stay ahead of the game, right?
Precisely. Be proactive. Constantly be on the lookout for information about what's coming next, and then position your products and marketing to take advantage of those opportunities as they emerge.
I like that. Turn knowledge into action. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Now let's talk about a time when trend spotting is super important, the holiday season.
Ah, yes, the holidays. That's when e-commerce stores really rake it in.
You're telling me the holiday season is prime time for e-commerce. People are shopping for gifts, treating themselves, and everyone's just in a spending mood.
Hmm.
But the book emphasizes the need to be prepared, and I mean really prepared, like 6 months in advance.
6 months. Wow, that's planning ahead.
It is, but it's important.
Mm.
You want to make sure you have enough inventory to meet the demand, that your website is optimized for all those shoppers on their phones, and that your marketing campaigns are ready to go at just the right time.
Okay, break it down for me. What should we be doing 6 months before the holiday rush hits?
The first thing is making sure your website is mobile friendly. A ton of holiday shopping happens on phones and tablets, so your website has to be responsive, load quickly, and be easy to use on those smaller screens.
That's key. You don't want people getting frustrated and leaving because your website is a pain to use on their phones.
Exactly. And start planning your marketing campaigns early too. Who are you targeting? What's your message? Which platforms will you use? And how much are you willing to spend? All those things need to be decided well in advance.
What about inventory? How do you make sure you have enough to keep up with all those orders?
The book says to forecast demand based on your past sales and what's happening in your industry. Figure out which products are likely to be hot sellers and order enough so you don't run out during the holiday craziness.
Running out of stock is a disaster. You definitely don't want to miss out on sales because you didn't order enough stuff.
Nope. And it's not just about quantity, it's also about having the right mix of products. You want a variety of price points to appeal to different shoppers.
So it's a balancing act. Have enough to meet demand, but not so much that you're stuck with a bunch of extra stuff.
You got it. And the book also suggests using social media in a clever way to remind people about potential gift ideas. Share those gift guides, recommend products, and even give them a sneak peek behind the scenes to get them excited.
Smart. It's all about staying in their minds, even when they're busy with all the holiday stuff.
Exactly. You can even use social media to run contests, giveaways, and promotions to get people talking about your brand and attract new customers.
Love those ideas. It's about capturing that holiday spirit and turning it into more sales and brand awareness.
That's what it's all about. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about something not as glamorous as holiday sales, but just as important. Taxes.
Ugh, taxes. Can't we just pretend they don't
I
exist?
wish, but sadly, taxes are part of doing business, especially online. The good news is that the book says Shopify makes calculating and collecting sales tax way easier, even if you're selling to people all over the place.
Okay, that's good to hear. I was worried about having to figure out different tax rates for every state and country. How does Shopify make it so simple?
Well, Shopify has these great features like automatic tax calculations based on the customer's location.
So we don't have to calculate tax for every single order ourselves.
Nope. Shopify takes care of it, making sure you're collecting the right amount from every customer.
That saves a ton of time and probably prevents some costly errors too. What about those times when the tax rate is different for certain products or in certain places?
Don't worry, Shopify lets you create those tax overrides. Let's say a state has a different tax rate for clothing. You can set it up so the right tax gets applied.
Ah, so we have the flexibility to adjust things as needed to follow the rules. What about tax exemptions?
Shopify has you covered there too. You can set up exemptions for customers who qualify, like nonprofits or resellers, so they don't have to pay sales tax.
Great. It's about making the whole tax thing as painless as possible for everyone involved. Okay, so we've talked about shipping, taxes, and holiday sales. What else should we know to make our Shopify store a success?
Now it's time to focus on customizing those payment solutions. It's all about how we'll accept payments from our customers and actually get paid for our amazing products.
This is crucial, right? We need to make it super easy and secure for people to buy from us. What options do we have?
The book starts off by highlighting Shopify Payments, which is their own built-in payment system. The great thing about it is how easy it is to set up. You connect your bank account, pick your currency, and that's pretty much it.
Sounds super simple. What about transaction fees? Those can eat into your profits.
Well, Shopify Payments has competitive transaction fees compared to a lot of those third-party payment processors. Plus, everything stays within Shopify, so you're not jumping between different accounts and dashboards.
I like that. Keeps things simple and saves time. But there's got to be a downside, right? Nothing's ever perfect.
Well, Shopify Payments isn't available in every country, so that's something to be aware of. But the book also covers other options, like PayPal and Amazon Pay, which are popular choices for many customers and can help you reach a wider audience.
Okay, so if Shopify Payments isn't available, we can still use those other big names that people trust. What's the main takeaway here?
The book stresses that offering multiple payment options is key. You want to cater to different preferences and make the checkout experience as smooth as possible. Some people love their credit cards, some swear by PayPal, some might even be into Apple Pay.
The more choices, the better, right? People are more likely to finish the purchase if they see a payment method they're comfortable with. So we've got shipping, taxes, and payments covered. What's next on this e-commerce adventure?
Now it's time to get creative and dive into the world of website customization. We're going to transform those basic Shopify templates into unique and engaging online stores that reflect our brand and capture our customers' attention.
This is the fun part, right? Where we get to let our personalities shine through. I can't wait to personalize my store and make it stand out.
Absolutely. The book starts by emphasizing the importance of choosing a theme that aligns with your brand identity and target audience. Shopify has a ton of free and paid themes, each with its own unique style and features.
So it's not just about picking a theme because it looks cool. It needs to represent your brand and resonate with the people you're trying to reach.
Exactly. And once you found that perfect theme, the book walks you through how to customize it using Shopify's easy-to-use editor. You can change colors, fonts, images, and layout elements to create a website that's truly unique to your brand and visually appealing to your customers.
I love how much control we have over the design of our online stores. What are some important things to keep in mind when we're customizing our themes?
The book stresses the importance of keeping it clean and simple. Avoid overwhelming people with too much information or visual clutter. You want your store to feel welcoming and easy to navigate, not chaotic and confusing.
Yeah, that makes sense. A cluttered website can be a real turnoff. It's like walking into a messy store. You just want to get out of there.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating, having an intuitive layout is crucial. You want people to effortlessly browse your products, find what they need, and complete their purchases. That means having a clear menu structure, well-organized categories, and a search bar that's easy to spot.
So basically, we need to put ourselves in our customer shoes and design our websites in a way that makes sense to them.
You got it. And let's not forget about those product images. They're super important in e-commerce. Your photos need to be clear, well lit, and show off your products in the best possible way.
It's all about that first impression, grabbing their attention and making them want to learn more.
Exactly. And to make the whole shopping experience even better and build stronger connections with your customers, the book suggests adding things like customer testimonials, links to your social media, and those email sign-up forms.
I love those ideas. Testimonials show potential buyers that other people are happy with your products. Social media links help you connect with people on different platforms. And email sign-up forms allow you to build your email list, which is a goldmine for any online business.
You nailed it. Now get ready for this because we're about to explore a whole world of possibilities. Shopify's add-on features. These apps and integrations can supercharge your store's functionality and make running your business so much smoother.
Add-on features. Tell me more. This sounds like where the real magic happens.
Well, Shopify has this huge app store where you can find apps for practically anything you can think of, from managing your inventory and accounting to boosting your marketing efforts and providing top-notch customer service. It's like having a toolbox full of e-commerce gadgets.
So basically, it's your one-stop shop for everything you need to run your online business.
Precisely. The book covers a wide range of these add-ons. For example, there are accounting software integrations that can automate all that bookkeeping stuff and make tax time much less painful. They can even reconcile your accounts and create those fancy financial reports. You can connect your Shopify store to popular accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks, and they'll take care of the numbers for you.
That's a dream come true. Numbers aren't exactly my thing, so anything that simplifies that side of the business is a huge win.
I get it. And if inventory management is your nemesis, there are apps that can track your stock levels, create purchase orders, send you alerts when you're running low on something, and even predict future demand based on your past sales. Say goodbye to those clunky spreadsheets and hello to streamlined inventory management.
That's a game changer. Keeping track of inventory can be a nightmare, especially when your business starts growing.
For sure. And if customer service isn't your strongest suit, don't worry. There are apps that can help you provide quick and personalized support through different channels like live chat, email, or social media. You can set up automatic responses for those common questions, create a helpful knowledge base, and even track your customer interactions to see how you can improve.
Wow, that's amazing. Taking care of your customers is so important for building loyalty and getting people talking about your brand in a good way.
You're absolutely right. And let's not forget those marketing apps. There are email marketing platforms that can help you divide your audience based on their interests and behavior, design those visually appealing emails, automate your email sequences, and track important things like how many people open your emails and click on your links. You can nurture your leads, promote your products, and build stronger relationships with your customers, all through targeted email marketing.
Email marketing is so powerful. It's a direct line to your customers, and that personal touch can make a big difference in building those long-term relationships that are key for a successful business.
Exactly. And you can also find those SEO optimization tools. They analyze your website content, figure out which keywords are relevant to your niche, track where you rank in those search results, and suggest ways to improve so you can climb higher in the rankings and attract more customers organically.
SEO can feel like a big mystery, but these tools make it a lot easier to optimize your website for search engines and get in front of more potential buyers.
For sure. And if you're active on social media, you'll love the social media management apps. They can help you schedule your posts ahead of time, track how well they're performing, analyze who your audience is, and even manage your social media advertising campaigns. You can streamline your social media efforts, save a ton of time, and get better results.
It's like having a marketing team working behind the scenes, but in app form. That's amazing.
That's the beauty of it. And the best part is that most of these apps seamlessly integrate with Shopify. No complicated setups or data syncing issues. Everything just works together smoothly.
I'm seriously impressed. It's like Shopify has thought of everything we need to succeed in e-commerce.
They really have. The book emphasizes that Shopify is more than just a platform for building an online store. It's a whole ecosystem that supports you every step of the way, from finding the right products to managing those customer relationships.
Okay, so we've got all these fantastic tools and resources, but what happens if we get stuck? What if we have a question about a specific feature or run into a problem?
No worries, Shopify has your back. The book has a whole section dedicated to their learning resources, which are super helpful, whether you're a Shopify newbie or a seasoned pro.
Learning resources. I love learning new things and improving my skills. Tell me everything.
Well, for starters, they have this amazing help center filled with answers to common questions, troubleshooting tips, and step-by-step guides to help you with different tasks.
So it's like a self-service knowledge base. We can find solutions to problems and get those quick answers without having to wait for someone to get back to us.
Exactly. And if you can't find what you're looking for in the help center, their customer support team is available 24/7 by phone, email, or live chat. They're super friendly, knowledgeable, and always ready to help.
It's nice to know that backup is there if we need it.
Absolutely. And then there's E-commerce University, which is Shopify's free online learning platform.
Did you say free? I'm all about free resources. What kind of things can we learn there?
E-commerce University has a ton of free courses, webinars, and blog posts covering a huge range of e-commerce topics, from marketing and SEO to product photography and customer service. It's like having a free business school right at your fingertips.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like Shopify is cheering us on, giving us all this free education and support to help us succeed.
They really are. And if you want to get even more in-depth on certain features or functions, you can always check out their documentation. It's super detailed and covers every aspect of the platform.
So between the Help Center, e-commerce University, the documentation, and the customer support team, we've got all the resources we need to become Shopify masters and make our e-commerce dreams a reality.
We do. And, we talked about marketing earlier, but it's time to revisit that idea of niche marketing. It's so important that it deserves another look.
Niche marketing, we already covered that, didn't we?
We touched on it, but now we're going to dive deeper into why it's so important and explore some specific strategies for becoming a dominant force in your chosen niche.
Okay, you've got my attention. Remind me again why this niche marketing thing is so crucial.
It's about finding that specific group of people with unique needs and desires and becoming the ultimate source for them. You're not trying to be everything to everyone. You're focusing your energy on a specific group who are passionate about a certain topic or have a specific problem they need solved.
So it's about being the go-to expert, the one they trust and rely on for information, products, and solutions. It's like becoming a celebrity in your little corner of the world.
Exactly. And by focusing on a niche, you're not competing with every other e-commerce store out there. You're narrowing the field and competing against a smaller group who are targeting the same niche.
Makes sense. It's like playing in a smaller league where you have a better chance of standing out and winning the game.
Precisely. The book really pushes the idea of building your authority in your niche. Do that through your blog, by being active in online forums, and by connecting with those influential people in your niche who can help spread your message.
So build trust and credibility, and people will choose you over the competition. It's like becoming the trusted advisor, the one everyone turns to for guidance.
Exactly. And the book even gives you a helpful checklist to guide you when you're picking your niche topic. It makes you think about things like price, profitability, how much competition there is, and whether you can create interesting content about it.
I love that checklist. It helps you think strategically about your niche and make sure it makes sense from a business perspective.
Exactly. Now let's talk about social media marketing again. We already touched on it, but it's such a crucial part of e-commerce that it deserves more attention.
Social media marketing, round two. What are we diving into this time?
Well, we talked about the basics earlier, but now let's get into some specific strategies for maximizing your social media efforts and using them to reach your business goals. Remember, it's all about building those relationships, not just pushing those sales. It's about interacting authentically with your audience, creating a community, and giving them something valuable, not just constantly trying to sell them stuff.
So be social, not just a salesperson. Got it. Make it about connection and value.
Exactly. And the book has tons of actionable tips for making the most of your social media. Think about what kind of content your audience actually wants to see. Give them behind-the-scenes peeks into your business, tutorials or how-to videos, inspirational quotes, user-generated content, even fun quizzes or polls.
Great ideas. It's all about creating content that gives people something valuable and gets those conversations going.
Right. And don't forget about hashtags. They're super powerful for making your content discoverable. Research relevant hashtags in your niche and use a mix of popular and more specific ones to reach the widest audience.
So I might use general hashtags like hashtag e-commerce or hashtag small business, along with those niche specific ones like hashtag handmade jewelry or hashtag organic beauty.
Exactly. And keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. See what hashtags they're using and what's trending in your industry. It's like doing market research, but for your social media.
That's a great tip. It helps you stay in the loop and use those hashtags that are actually working. What else?
Well, the book stresses the importance of engaging with your followers, joining relevant groups, connecting with those influencers in your niche, and posting regularly. It's about being active and present, not just throwing something up every now and then and hoping for the best.
So be strategic and consistent with your social media. Don't just set it and forget it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Now, remember trend spotting. Well, let's dive back into that because it can really boost your e-commerce business.
Oh, yeah, trend spotting. I'm all ears. Tell me how to predict what's going to be hot and make a killing before everyone else catches on.
Well, as we talked about before, there's definitely some luck involved.
Yeah.
But the book has some awesome tips to increase your chances of spotting those emerging trends and riding that wave of popularity.
Okay, I'm ready for those tips. Lay 'em on me.
First up, the book says to really dig into your target audience's buying habits.
So we're playing detective again. What are they buying? What are they talking about online? What are their pain points? What are they excited about? All that good stuff.
Exactly. You can get this information from lots of places, your website analytics, your social media insights, customer surveys, even those online forums and review sites.
Okay, so gather as much intel as possible to get inside their heads.
Right. And the book also suggests looking at past trends, figuring out what made them popular.
So look for patterns and understand why people buy certain things. Like if a certain color or style was huge a few years back, maybe it's about to come back around.
You got it. Fashion trends tend to repeat. What's old can become new again. And don't forget about those seasonal trends within your niche.
Right, like how everyone wants swimwear in the summer and holiday decorations in December. Those predictable patterns.
Precisely. If you can anticipate those trends, you can plan your inventory and marketing campaigns ahead of time. And lastly, the book says to stay informed by following those trend-focused websites and those experts who make predictions.
So subscribe to industry newsletters, read those trend reports, and follow the big names in my niche to stay in the loop.
Exactly. Be proactive, be a knowledge sponge, soak up all that info about what's coming next, and then position your products and marketing to capitalize on those emerging trends.
Knowledge is power, and in e-commerce, knowing what's coming next can give you a serious edge.
You're telling me. Now let's focus on a specific time of year when trend spotting is super important. The holidays.
Ah, yes, the holidays. Prime time for e-commerce. Everyone's shopping for gifts and treating themselves.
It's a goldmine. The holidays are a huge opportunity for e-commerce businesses, but the book stresses the importance of being prepared, like really prepared, and starting early, ideally 6 months in advance.
6 months, that's some serious planning.
It is, but it's crucial to make sure you have enough inventory to handle all those orders, that your website is optimized for all those shoppers on their phones, and that your holiday marketing campaigns are ready to roll out at the right time.
Okay, let's break that down. What should we be doing 6 months before the holiday rush hits?
The number one thing is making sure your website is mobile friendly. So many people shop on their phones and tablets during the holidays, so your website has to be responsive, load quickly, and be super easy to use on those smaller screens.
That's so important. The last thing you want is for people to abandon their shopping carts because your website is frustrating to use on their phone.
Exactly. And you need to start planning those holiday marketing campaigns early too. Who are you targeting? What's your message? Which platforms are you going to use? And how much are you willing to spend? Get all those decisions out of the way early.
What about inventory? How do we make sure we have enough to keep up with all those holiday shoppers?
The book says to use your past sales data and look at what's happening in your industry to forecast demand. Figure out which products are likely to be hot sellers and stock up so you don't run out during the holiday rush.
Running out of a popular product during the holidays is a nightmare. You'll miss out on so many sales.
Exactly. And it's not just about having enough. It's about having the right mix of products at different price points to appeal to all those different shoppers.
So it's a balancing act between having enough to meet demand and not having so much that you're stuck with a ton of leftover inventory.
That's it. And the book suggests using social media in a smart way to remind people about potential gift ideas. Share those gift guides, recommend products, and even give them a behind-the-scenes peek into your holiday preparations to get them excited.
It's all about staying on their radar, especially when they're bombarded with holiday marketing from every direction.
Exactly. And social media is a great place to run contests, giveaways, and promotions to get people talking about your brand and attract new customers.
I love those ideas. It's about using that holiday spirit to your advantage and making it work for your business.
That's what it's all about. Now let's shift gears and talk about something not as exciting as holiday sales, but just as important, taxes.
Ugh, taxes. Can't we just skip this part?
I wish. But taxes are a reality for every business, especially in the world of e-commerce.
Yeah.
But here's the good news. The book says Shopify makes it much easier to calculate and collect sales tax, even when you're selling to customers all over the world.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. I was picturing myself having to figure out different tax rates for every state and country.
Shopify makes it a breeze. They have awesome features like automatic tax calculations based on where your customer is located.
So I don't have to manually calculate the tax for every single order.
Nope. Shopify handles it for you, ensuring you're collecting the right amount of sales tax from everyone.
That saves so much time and prevents those costly mistakes. What about when the tax rate is different for specific products or in certain places?
Shopify lets you set up those tax overrides for those special cases. For example, if a particular state has a different tax rate for clothing items, you can set it up so the right tax is applied.
So we have the flexibility to adjust things and stay compliant with all the different rules. What about those customers who qualify for tax exemptions?
Shopify takes care of that too. You can set up tax exemptions for those eligible customers, like nonprofits or resellers.
Awesome. It's all about making the tax process as painless as possible for both us and our customers.
Exactly. Now it's time to talk about customizing payment solutions, which is how we'll get paid for those amazing products we're selling.
This is a big one, right? We need to make it easy and secure for people to buy from us. What options do we have?
The book kicks things off by talking about Shopify Payments, which is their own built-in payment gateway. The great thing about it is how simple it is to set up. You just connect your bank account, choose your preferred currency, and you're ready to accept payments.
That sounds pretty straightforward. What about those transaction fees? Those can really eat into your profits.
Well, the good news is that Shopify Payments has competitive transaction fees compared to a lot of those third-party processors out there. Plus, everything stays within Shopify, so you're not jumping between different accounts and dashboards. It keeps things simple and saves you time.
I like that. Less hassle and more time to focus on other things, but there has to be a catch, right?
Well, Shopify Payments isn't available in every country, so that's something to keep in mind. But the book also covers other popular payment options, like PayPal and Amazon Pay. These are familiar names that customers trust, and they can help you reach a wider audience.
So if Shopify Payments isn't an option, we can still use those.
Yep.
Yeah, those familiar names definitely build trust. So if Shopify Payments isn't an option, we can still use those other big names that people trust. What's the main takeaway here?
The book really stresses having multiple payment options, give people choices, make the checkout process easy, right? Some people are all about credit cards, others might prefer PayPal or even Apple Pay.
The more options, the better. People are more likely to actually buy something if they see their preferred way to pay. So we've got shipping, taxes, and payments all figured out. What's next on our Shopify checklist?
Time to get creative. We're going to dive into website customization and transform those basic Shopify templates into unique and engaging online stores that really show off your brand and grab those customers' attention.
This is where we get to let our personality shine through, right? I love the idea of personalizing my store and making it stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. The book starts by emphasizing the importance of choosing a theme that matches your brand identity and target audience. Shopify's got a ton of those themes, free and paid, each with its own style and features.
So it's not just about picking a theme that looks cool. It's about choosing one that reflects your brand's values, aesthetic, and who you're trying to reach.
Exactly. And once you've found that perfect theme, the book walks you through how to customize it using Shopify's editor. It's pretty easy to use. You can change colors, fonts, images, layout elements, all that good stuff to create a website that's unique to your brand and visually appealing to your customers.
That's awesome. I love how much control we have over the design of our online stores. What are some of the key things we should focus on when we're customizing our themes?
The book really emphasizes the importance of keeping the design clean and uncluttered. Don't overwhelm people with too much information or too many visuals. You want your store to feel inviting and easy to navigate, not chaotic and confusing.
Right. A cluttered website can be a real turnoff. It's like walking into a messy store. Just want to get out of there.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating, make sure your layout is intuitive. Make it easy for people to browse your products, find what they need, and buy stuff. That means having a clear menu structure, logical categories, and a search bar that's easy to find and use.
So basically, put yourself in your customer's shoes and design your website in a way that makes sense to them. Make it easy and enjoyable.
You got it. And don't underestimate the power of high-quality product images. They're crucial in e-commerce. Your photos need to be clear, well-lit, and visually appealing, showing off your products in the best possible way.
It's all about making that great first impression, grabbing their attention, and making them want to learn more.
Exactly. And to enhance the shopping experience and build stronger connections with your customers, the book suggests adding things like customer testimonials, links to your social media profiles, and those email sign-up forms.
I love those ideas. Testimonials are great for building trust and showing potential customers that other people are happy with your products. Social media links help you connect with people on different platforms and expand your reach. And email sign-up forms are awesome for building your email list, which is so valuable for any online business.
You got it. Now, get ready for this. Shopify's add-on features. These apps and integrations can supercharge your store's functionality and make running your business so much smoother.
Add-on features. This sounds exciting. Tell me more.
Well, Shopify has this huge app store where you can find apps for almost anything you can think of, from managing inventory and accounting to boosting marketing and providing top-notch customer service. It's like a treasure chest of e-commerce tools.
So it's basically your one-stop shop for everything you need to run your online store.
Exactly. The book covers a wide range of these add-ons. For example, there are accounting software integrations that can automate all that bookkeeping stuff and make tax time a lot less stressful. They can even reconcile your accounts and generate those fancy financial reports. You can connect your Shopify store to popular accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks, and they'll handle the numbers for you.
That's a dream come true. I'm definitely not a numbers person, so anything that simplifies accounting is a win in my book.
I hear you. And if inventory management is your biggest headache, there are apps that can track your stock levels, create purchase orders, send you alerts when you're running low on something, and even predict future demand based on your past sales data. No more messy spreadsheets.
That's a game changer. Inventory management can be a real pain, especially when your business starts growing and you have more products to keep track of.
It can be. And if you're not a natural at customer service, don't worry. There are apps that can help you provide quick and personalized support to your customers through different channels like live chat, email, or social media. You can set up automatic responses to common questions, create a helpful knowledge base, and even track your customer interactions to see where you can improve.
Wow, that's amazing. Providing great customer service is so important for building loyalty and positive word of mouth. It's all about making people happy and keeping them coming back for more.
You're absolutely right. And for the marketing folks, there are amazing email marketing platforms that can help you segment your audience based on their interests and behavior.
Yeah.
They can help you create those beautiful, eye-catching email campaigns, automate your email sequences, and track those important metrics like open rates and click-through rates. You can nurture your leads, promote your products, and build stronger relationships with your customers, all through targeted email marketing.
Email marketing is so powerful. It's a direct line to your customers, and that personal touch can make a huge difference in building those lasting relationships that are crucial for a successful business.
Exactly. And if you're looking to boost your website's visibility, there are SEO optimization tools that can analyze your content, identify relevant keywords, track your search engine rankings, and suggest improvements to help you climb higher in those search results, bringing more organic traffic to your store.
SEO can feel a bit overwhelming, but these tools make it much more manageable. It's like having a personal SEO assistant to guide you through the process.
That's a great way to put it. And for those of us who live and breathe social media, there are fantastic social media management apps that can help us schedule posts ahead of time, track engagement metrics, analyze audience demographics, and even manage social media advertising campaigns. It's all about streamlining your efforts, saving time, and getting those amazing results.
It's like having a whole team of social media experts working for you, but in app form. That's incredible.
That's the power of Shopify. And the best part is that most of these apps integrate seamlessly with Shopify, so no more struggling with complicated setups or data syncing issues. It's all designed to work together smoothly and efficiently.
This is so empowering. It really feels like Shopify has everything we need to succeed in e-commerce.
They really have thought of everything. The book emphasizes that Shopify isn't just a platform for building your online store. It's a comprehensive ecosystem that supports you through every stage of your e-commerce journey, from finding those winning products to building those strong relationships with your customers.
Okay, so we've got all these amazing tools and resources, but what happens when we need help? What if we have a question about a specific feature or we hit a roadblock?
Don't worry, Shopify has you covered there too. The book dedicates a whole section to their learning resources, which are super helpful for everyone, whether you're just starting out with Shopify or you're a seasoned pro.
Learning resources. I'm always up for learning new things and sharpening my skills. Tell me more.
Well, they have a fantastic help center that's packed with answers to frequently asked questions, troubleshooting tips, and step-by-step guides. It's a great place to find solutions to common problems and get quick answers.
So it's like a self-service knowledge base. We can find what we need without having to wait for someone to get back to us.
Exactly. And if you can't find what you're looking for in the Help Center, their customer support team is available 24/7 by phone, email, or live chat. They're super friendly, knowledgeable, and always happy to help.
That's reassuring. It's good to know they're there to help us if we get stuck.
Absolutely. And then there's E-commerce University, which is Shopify's free online learning platform.
Free. You had me at free. What kind of things can we learn there?
E-commerce University is packed with free courses, webinars, and blog posts covering a wide range of e-commerce topics, from marketing and SEO to product photography and customer service. It's like having a free business school right at your fingertips.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like Shopify is our personal cheerleader, giving us all this free education and support to help us succeed.
They're definitely invested in our success. And if you're craving even more in-depth information on specific features or functionalities, you can always turn to the Shopify documentation, which is super detailed and covers every nook and cranny of the platform.
So between the Help Center, e-commerce university, the documentation, and the customer support team, we're fully equipped to become Shopify experts and achieve our e-commerce dreams. It sounds like this book, Success with Shopify, has given us a really solid roadmap to navigate the world of e-commerce, from choosing the right products and setting up our online stores to marketing our businesses and using all those amazing features that Shopify offers.
Absolutely. It's packed with practical advice, actionable strategies, and those inspiring stories to help us turn those e-commerce dreams into reality.
It's been an incredible journey exploring this book with you. We've uncovered so many valuable insights that I know will help us on our own Shopify adventures. But before we wrap up, I have a thought-provoking question for our listeners to ponder. The book talks a lot about finding a niche that you're truly passionate about, something that excites you. But what happens when those passions change over time? What if we're those multi-passionate entrepreneurs with constantly evolving interests? How do we build a sustainable business around those changing passions without having to constantly start from scratch? That's something to think about as you embark on your own Shopify journey. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into success with Shopify.